All right, I think we're recording. Yeah. So I just basically want to do like a quick rundown on what Inner Light was production wise. I think this one was the first song I produced for the for this album. Definitely it wasn't meant to be in this album because yeah, I wasn't even in the band, I think, by this time, 2022. I think I got in 2023. So yeah, I wasn't even in the band. It was a different project that I had with Eric Code of, doing like a metal album by myself. I wasn't even singing back then like properly. I was just doing some screams and weird shit. I didn't thought I was gonna be the lead singer of a band when I made the song. But yeah, it just happened. So yeah, I'm starting with this one because yeah, basically, it's the one that began it all. Because yeah, the first one I made. Well, it's actually not the first one I made because I made some other songs before this one, but it is the first of the songs I made that made it to the album. So yeah, that's why I just wanna have a quick rundown. And this is divided in like five different project files. Yeah, kind of five different project files. Um, so yeah, it's a lot to go because I like when doing recordings for my interface to have different projects to process it all and then listen into context, and then I can just put it into another project so it doesn't get big as fuck, and then the CPU consumption is just getting ridiculous. So that's why I split it into a lot of different projects. So for example, I have by that time I had one for the guitars. You can see these are the exports. I wasn't a really good guitar player back then. I've never been actually. So you can see all of the markers of me editing note by note. I was probably really painful, but that was almost 3 years ago, if not more, when I made the guitar riff. So yeah. Uh, what I want to yeah, let's just go step by step. I have another project for the vocals that I made quite recently, for the mix, master, and whatever. So let's start dividing into sections. Well, let's start by the guitars because yeah, we already have them here, and yeah, basically it's just we all know how it's gonna sound like shit right here because it's just a sketch of what the idea was. This was not supposed to be the full thing. As you can see, it's like a really simple project. There's not much going on, but yeah, I basically just took this part, which has this. Which is just like an isotope thing. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's the isotope vinyl. Yeah. So this just to give that retro-ish vibe to the thing. Not much to talk about here. I mean, there's not that much going on. Oh well, we have the rhythmics, which is. I'm not sure. Uh, oh yeah, because I took from the track. I just you can tell they're samples because of how they sound, but they give like a nice sound because I'm actually not even using a bass right here. So I think one of this is probably playing the bass. Probably this one. Yeah, this one's playing like the bass section of the guitar. It's really, it's just really a way to lay down the idea quickly. So yeah, there's not much going on like instrument wise. It's just head. So yeah, I really wanted. Well, the original idea for the album was a really robotic sound. Um, it was a whole other concept, but I like how this one sounds in the end. So that's why we have a lot of play with the synths as well. FX, I mean, there's not much to talk about. We just have reverse on like I didn't mark the sections here, but yeah, you have transitions going from like from each individual part of the thing. What else can I show here? Yeah, it's just a bunch of transitions actually. I don't even use anything more complicated than transitions. I don't know if the synths have anything. Well, we'll get there in a moment, but yeah, we have this, which is like the most complicated part of the. Yeah, just some reverse stuff. I think we added more synths in the final production, but we'll get there in a second. So let's just go with the drums now. Use a bunch of layers, but yeah, again, it sounds like shit. It's just always just wait to lay down the idea real quick. So this is the main drums playing on MIDI. And yes, I did put the whole song in just one pattern. I don't know why. I did a snare layer here. Yeah, it's just a snare layer, like to enhance the sound, because I don't like the snare sound of this drum that I'm using. But the drum kit, the free one, because yeah. I mean, the idea was, of course, from the beginning to replace it eventually with maybe not real drums, but yeah, the sample thing and play sample by sample. But you know, again, just laying the idea quickly here. So did the same for the cymbals. Yeah, the default ones don't. I don't know. They don't sound as good. So yeah, that layer just beeps it up a little bit. And I think this is the one that I use for the sidechain. Yeah, there's no sound, but let's just sending sidechain to the sidechain input over here. And yeah, that's about it for the drums. Not much to talk about. Okay, synths. We have a lot of reverbs. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of stuff here going on as well with. I could barely hear that. I don't know if anybody heard that, but yeah, it's just like a really I think like something to widen the stereo, because I'm always thinking on the production side, aside from the you know, the melodics and the whole just song part of it. I want to think about how it's gonna work in production later. So yeah, this. Well, that's a part of the main synth. So yeah, there's just some really simple, plucky things with like an ambience. Yeah, some strings and stuff. And then the main ambience from the verses is this, which I think this is the. I think this is just like a take of. Hold up, is this? I'm not sure what the fuck this is. I'm actually not sure what the fuck this is. I think it's got the wrong name to it, because it says it's a recording from the guitar. I mean, probably have an Edison here. I can take. What is this? Oh, no, this is the loop. Yeah, to create the ARP at the beginning. Here, I'm guessing. Because I guess I faded in or something. I'm not sure what. I mean, I did this 3 years ago, so yeah. Let's just. These are the elements. Let's just go quickly. I have this little synth right here. Just a little layer for the guitars. These are the main synths in the choruses. Really subtle. It's not like anything big, but it helps add to the stereo image. And you know, because I was thinking it's a chorus, so it's gonna sound wide and big. And yeah, the main plucky things again. Yeah, and that's basically everything. Well, I added this little different kind of loops to the second burst. Again, it's really a lot of ambience and just making it wide because I obviously knew it was a burst, so the vocal was just supposed to be in the middle, and that to the sides, just filling up the gap right there, I guess. Um, and lastly, well, this is how we close the song, and yeah. Of course, with this effects, just to end it properly. Just basically just a bit crusher, and a tape stop. But yeah, this is just strings and piano, I guess, or it's just strings. Okay, so yeah, there's different things going on right here. We have this. And I'm guessing, oh yeah, this is a piano, and these are string layers. I did not pan them, but it's just from Flex. I actually thought I'd use some other thing, but yeah. All right, so now let's go to the next project, which is the final mix with all the recorded stems from all the band. All right, so here we are on the final mix project. It's a mess. Yeah, it's definitely a mess. I didn't use my template even. Yeah, well, actually, I had the template, but I didn't use it for this track. I don't know why. I think the first mix attempt that I had at this, then I had a template, and then by the time we made Broken, I already had a template. So every song after Broken probably has a template on. But yeah, this is just a mess, basically. So let's start by the top, and yeah, let's go for the drums. Let's hear what we did here with the drums. All right, so basically, this time around, these are real drums being played. Leo recorded them, so the only thing we adjusted was the sound of the kick and the snare, basically, because we were not all convinced on how it sounds with the raw recording, which is I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good. So and Leo wanted to keep the processing on the drums like really raw. He didn't want it like really over compressed or whatever. So I did the best I could to keep it that way. So I just used some clipper on the bus, volume adjustment, patcher. Not sure what this. Oh, this is just to enhance like the room reverb. Um, and yeah, just a glue compressor to keep it all together. But other than that, yeah, there's like, for example, the kick. We have two layers for the kick, which is the recording, the front mic and the main mic on the kick. Just so the front one is just basically all the high end, the punch, really clicky sound, and this one has all the body. Another problem with Phase is that a lot of noise, like the recording, it's not bad, but it wasn't ideal, so we had a lot of noise from sections of the drum kit getting mixed into other sections of the drum kit. So you have, in the crash, you have maybe some stuff from the kick or the snare. The snare was almost in every recording, so that's the main thing I had to cut out with a noise gate. And yeah, after that I just a little bit of standard processing, compression, EQing, yeah. This one as well, I had the noise gate, to avoid other hits from coming to the mix, and then we mix on this kick right here, which I think I just put on the same track and then glued everything together right here, which is like the full kick sound that you hear on the final mix. Really punchy, really powerful, has a lot of body. So yeah, I really like that. For the cymbals, I actually mixed, I think these are from the original, like from the session I showed earlier, I think, or I don't know, we had a lot of versions for this song, so yeah, it is a really complex song. Like, maybe it doesn't have like a lot of stuff going on, but making all of the stuff work together on this song, I don't know why, but it was kind of complicated, so there were a lot of versions and a lot of things that we had to figure out along the way. So yeah, these are just, oops, it's muted. There you go. So yeah, I think, yeah, this were added, I think these are MIDI or sampled probably, and these are the ones from the recording. Well, it's just all mixed into the overhead mics, so. But yeah, you can hear that snare hit right down on the middle. You know, so it's not the pure hi-hats or the cymbals right there. But for the snare, moving on to that, oops, yeah, you can see right here the little clicky stuff that we wanted to get rid of, so I did that again. Just noise gate, different parameters depending on what I want to keep. So if it was the cymbals, for example, it's here like with a really long release. But for example, for the snare right here, oh, this one is the one that has it. Yeah. This are different settings, the threshold and everything. And for the kick, for example, it's a shorter release time. Yeah, we just, I mean, I just had to fine tune that to whatever sounded best and whatever the guys told me. Yeah, that sounds good. So moving on now to snare. Actually, this is how it sounds on the recording. There's a lot of noise. You can still hear. Nothing else is on. But yeah, there's a lot of noise still going on in the recording. So it doesn't sound bad. I mean, it's a snare sound, but this sample right here just, it sounds big, it's powerful, so layering it. And I actually did my best to keep the dynamic from the snare by adjusting the volume every now and then, so it doesn't sound like a sample. Also pre-shifting some of the samples so it sounds a little bit, you know, groovier. I think I did the same with the kick. But yeah, that's basically it. The toms I did not use. I was gonna use samples, but in the end, yeah, it's just, you can hear a bit of that noise as yeah, it's just hard to get rid of, and they wanted to keep it as unprocessed, raw as possible, so there's the tom, I guess. Yeah, that's about it for the drums. Not much to say. It was a bit of a pain in the ass. I think in the whole production of the album, drums was definitely a pain in the ass. That was consistent through all the songs. It was just getting them to sound good. It was painful, but yeah, as you can see, there's not that much processing going on. There's other songs where they are definitely more processed, but for this song, they wanted to keep them like kind of raw. So yeah, that's as raw as I could get them for like a professional quotes mix, because I'm definitely not professional at this. Now I have a mess, so I guess let's just move to the vocals because it's the other thing I have organized. So yeah, the vocals are, again, I recorded them in another project, so this is just like the bounce, the export from the one that I used to write the song, like the lyrics and everything. So this, I think, is the full vocal. Desperation, falling through the empty noise of... Yeah, it's just the full vocal. Nothing that I can add right here. I don't know where I was trying to find the project, but I probably named it some weird name and I could not find it. But yeah, this will have to do for now. This is what I can show. Um, that is something I love to do for vocals, which is just to add go into Edison. It's in audio editor. Here it is, and we just blur the vocal with this thing right here, which just basically adds a shit ton of reverb into the vocal. And when it does that, it just creates a lot of space, and you can use it as kind of an ambience to give it more wideness and more ambience, adding up to the ambience. Oh, here it is, to the synths that I already have for this song. So yeah, this is named Floor Tom, but it's not a floor tom. Yeah, those are like the little details, ad-libs kind of that I did to fill in a bit of the intro. What else? Oh, and this is kind of how I place the vocal where I felt it was supposed to go. This is basically just a copy. Well, no, it's not a copy. It's the main vocal, but without all the ad-libs, without the extra things that I added. It's just the center dead-on vocal, which is doing auto-tune and heavily distorted. And that I placed, as you can see, completely mono. It's just sitting right in the middle of the mix. It doesn't interfere with this one. It has some EQ and shit to take, to just, bring it into the middle of the song powerfully, but not in a weird way, because it doesn't sound good on its own. It's just like some shit robotic autotune crap thing. But if now we hear it in context with this, desperation, falling through the empty noise of... I feel like it really helps, lead the melody because of the autotune. So it's just like that on the notes that are supposed to be sung by me, and it's just like gives it a bit more presence on the mid mono frequency range. Contrasting to this, which is the whole stereo wide. So it's just... So you have a mono and a stereo signal that are doing separate things, because, oh yeah, you can see this one is separated on a stereo. And yeah, it just does like a really good layer. Because the chorus, so... It fades away with every word that you don't... So yeah, as you can hear, there's a lot of delay, a lot of ad-libs, a lot of copies of the vocal, so then it sounds big. This one, I'm not sure if it's... Here it is. Oh, no, it's not either mono or stereo. It's just... It just exists where I left it when I wrote the song. It is the vocal part. And, yeah. This is the us. Again, just to add a bit more widen the vocals. Could you relieve the boy in me before the silence takes my inner love? So yeah, that definitely sounds bigger than what the verse is doing. Because there's more vocal layers and more stuff going on, but yeah, other than that, that's yeah, that's it for the vocals. I just did I put a vocal buzz? Yeah, here it is. It's just getting a little bit EQ'd, a little bit presence, no bass, no sub. Yeah, that's about it for the vocals. Not much. I don't know if I put any processing on this. Well, Fresh Air, I love to use this on my vocals. It just gives that really nice high end, which is not harsh, but it's really, good to give presence to your vocal. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, here's the distortion chain, and I don't know what this is. I don't think we're using that, so okay. yeah, moving on. Let's just go to the synths because I just saw them right here. And the synths are the ones that I just showed before. The main difference is that I added a sub bass right here. If you're using headphones, you're gonna hear this. If you're not, probably not. So yeah, it's just a really subtle sub bass that I'm using right now. Where the fuck did I mix that? Yeah, I have a goddamn mess right here with the. It's just on the channel that's named sub. Great, that's genius. So yeah, just sidechain it to the drums so then it doesn't clash frequency wise. And yeah, that's there's no bass. I don't know where the fuck the bass is. Oh, here's the bass. So yeah, as you can tell, there's no bass guitar being played right there. It's just the synth bass playing throughout the verses. So yeah, let's now move on to the bass actually. Now that we got there, I think we only have one layer of bass right here. Yeah, so it's this layer. Hold up. Again, recommended to use headphones if you want to listen to this. And yeah, that's basically the bass notes of the rhythmic guitar. I processed this bass on this track by adding a bit of sidechain to the kick and the snare. And and also to tom, just cut a bit of the high end, and that's about it. There's not much going on for this bass, it's just that. I think this was already processed when I got the stem. I'm not sure if Leo got it processed. I think he probably did, and then he gave it to me. So yeah, I just added it like so, and then the rhythmic guitars are here. So we're doing the same, but the cool thing is that this is dead on center, and this. I think they're panned or not. Hold up, because they sound really wide. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, they're a little bit panned yeah, to the left and the right, and yeah. So this is the rhythmic guitar, really wide, not clashing with all we have going on in the middles of the mix. So yeah. Oh, this is part of the synths as well. Well, technically not. It's an art from the guitar, but it's really drowned in reverb, and you know, on the background, you probably barely notice it, but yeah, just like that little arp going on in the back right there. Oh, part of the synths. Yeah, I have a fucking mess. I'm sorry. I promise the next video. I think the next video will have. I don't know which time I'm doing next, but I hope it has some more order in the project. Yeah, these are just glitchy drums, as you can hear it. Let me just increase it here. Yeah, I just use that to transition from the first chorus into the verse. Yeah. So what's next? Where's up? Is this the lead guitars? Oh yeah, this is the lead guitars. I think one of the lead guitars is going here as well because I saw some other guitar being played on stereo. Oh, I think it's this one that's playing a rhythmic part as well. Which is the ta-dum. Yeah, so that's been sent to here a bit more stereo as well. What else can we? Yeah, I think that's all for like the rhythmic. This is a bit of the lead guitar, I guess, because yeah. Oh yeah, I did this little glitch. I don't know why the fuck I did it, but I don't know why the fuck I did that, but it just seemed like a good idea. Yeah. You probably you will never notice that detail on the final song, probably, if it wasn't for me showing it right here. But yeah, I think that's the only time I did that. Yeah, I don't know. I did it. Okay, and this is the lead guitar now. The one that we all love. I have to declick it in because for some reason the recording had a big click right here. That we had before. So that's basically, yeah, that's the purpose of this. It's just to apply that same effect that I had when I made the initial sketch of the song. Not much going on here. Again, a little bit of sidechain. I'm guessing this is reverb. Yeah, parallel reverb. Yeah. So again, this was already processed when I got him, so this is just how I made it work in the mix. And yeah, now that we've seen all of the little sections, on their own, how I made the full thing work, I don't know, because this is a mess. So I usually go by mixing first on the chorus, because if the chorus sounds good, if the chorus is big, then it's gonna be way easier to clean up details on the rest of the song. I think here's where you can see we have the most things playing at the same time, the most elements going on. So sidechain and on all of that already makes a lot of space, but here's where I actually began to fine tune like the EQs and volumes and all that stuff. And as you can see, I mean, it's probably not a good practice, but we have a lot of things peaking above red on their individual tracks. But here on the master, I did a balance and I just jam it all down. It's probably not a good practice to do that, but yeah, I did that. That was a really lazy fix by me. I also have span right here, which I just use it to, measure the frequencies and to get like a balanced mix, as you can see right here. I didn't want really piercing highs or anything, but I really wanted the mid section to be powerful because I wanted the vocals in this song to be really powerful, as well as the bass. I mean, I think the bass throughout the whole album is really present, whether it's like synth sub bass or the real bass guitar. So yeah, there's not much I can say of tricks other than the things I did with the drum kit, which are the snare and the kick fix. Yeah, other than that, stereo placement again. To taste, the vocals are mainly middle, with some layers being really extra wide. The synths, where the crap, where the fuck are the synths? No, there you go. The synths, as you can see, are wherever they're supposed to be. I didn't force them to be either middle or stereo, but the effects I did widen them up a little bit more with that. Oh yeah, something I did too is I removed a little bit of that middle so I can have more presence on the vocals, and I also used this dynamic EQ just to tame a little bit of the middles on the mid frequencies on the mid side of the mix when the vocals are playing. So I sidechain those like so. So as you can see, it's just doing a little bit of compression here around 400 hertz. And yeah, it's just a little bit of a trick there to make a lot of space for your vocals. I think I'm doing that on the guitars as well. Probably on the lead guitar if I can find it, because this one is just, yeah, it's just hard EQ. It's not a dynamic EQ. But the lead guitar, never mind. I think it doesn't have it on this song. I know there are for sure other songs where I do have it, But yeah, apparently this one is not doing that. So yeah, great. I think it just fits. And yeah, sometimes it happens. I mean, for me it fits. But in other songs I felt like it was clashing a lot, so yeah, I had to remove that. But yeah, I think that's basically it. I have a mess here. Again, it was one of the first songs that worked for the album, so that's kind of why. Later on, I was like, if I'm gonna be producing a whole album, I definitely need to have more order. So yeah, we'll get to that when I showcase another of the songs. I did not produce all the songs. Leo produced I think four of them, five probably, of the 12 songs we have. So yeah. Oh, that little detail right here I missed. I almost a little bit of a glitch. And this, I think it's before the final chorus. Yeah, it's going out of the break into the chorus. I mean, little details that you probably don't notice when you're listening to the song, but I notice them when I'm writing or producing. So yeah, yeah, that's it. We close the song with the synths. Again, no processing. Basically, just the synths that I had with a bit more volume, of course. But yeah, I think that's about it. Now it's definitely about it. I've showed everything there is to this project, and uh, thank you for watching. And I guess I hope the next project we visit is a bit more organized than this. Yeah. Goodbye.